Overthinkers. My name is Courtney and welcome to the Overthinker Guide. So this month again is about Virgin Voyages. Last week I went through day 1 and day 2 of the First Mate Appreciation Cruise, and now we're going to talk about day 3, which was in Bimini, and I guess day 4, but not much to say on day 4 because we were getting off the ship at that point. It was a very short cruise. They don't normally offer cruises this short. Alright, so day 3, we went to Bimini, which is in the Bahamas. Virgin Voyages has a private beach club on Bimini. So if you're doing a shorter Caribbean cruise, especially out of Miami, more than likely you will make a stop at Bimini. And so there is a trolley there. It runs probably every 30 minutes. And it'll take you to the Fisherman's Village, and this is where if you have an excursion you would probably get off here, or if you just want to buy souvenirs you would get off here and kind of walk around. Then they'll take you to the casino if you want to participate in the casino, and then they'll take you to the beach club area, and this is where there's the pool and access to the beach, and there's food there that is included so that you can eat the food at the beach club that is included in your fare as well. And then if you buy any drinks at the beach club, that will be your bar tab will be used for those drinks if you have one, and if not, again, it'll just charge your account and you would just pay it at the end of your cruise. One thing about Bimini that surprised me that I was very happy about was that the Wi-Fi from the ship is kind of translated onto that beach club area, so you have access to Wi-Fi with no issues. So I enjoyed that. Me and Dad kind of walked around there for a while. We rested. They had the big party at one point, and I would say for my folks who like all-inclusive resorts, this is that all-inclusive resort feel where you are just kind of resting by the pool, or you can go off to the beach, you can eat your food, order a drink. I am not an all-inclusive girly, so I wasn't particularly interested, but I did walk around because it's my dad's first time. It was my first time too, but my dad is like an all-inclusive guy, so I was like, okay, we'll walk around. I personally would have been okay going to the Fisherman's Village and walking around there instead. Like I said, you do have options. You don't have to stay on the beach club. You would just have to wait for the trolley to come back around and take you there. So we stayed there pretty much, I feel like the whole day we stayed there, and then we took the trolley back to the ship, took some pictures, and then got back on. And this was our last night. We ate at Gumbe that last night, and so Gumbe is the one restaurant where if you don't have a big group, you will be seated with other people, and it's just to have a more communal feeling. There's drinking games to be played. You don't have to participate, but it's just a part of the fun. Gumbe, I don't know if I even mentioned it. Gumbe is the Korean barbecue restaurant on board. So they will cook your meat for you, but it's that style where you order your meats that you want and their side dishes, and go from there. It was a lot of food. I kind of got full before the meat even got on the grill, but me and my dad were sat next to a couple, and we all talked about like how my dad's not a travel advisor, but we talked about how long we've been doing it, if this was our first Virgin Voyages cruise and whatnot. And then I wanted to catch the Misbehave show because I didn't really catch any like entertainment shows that weren't like the big parties for this trip, and I loved the Misbehave show when I went my first time. So we kind of dipped early so we could go to the Misbehave show, and we actually ran into our meal mates or table mates when we got there, and I thought that was so funny. We caught the end of it, but I do really wish we seen it from the beginning, because I don't know, the Misbehave show was like a game show. It's an adults only cruise, so it is more adults only. It's not a family friendly type of game show, but it's so fun and it's funny. So definitely, if you are on Valiant Lady, do the Misbehave show. It's very fun. It's a team. It's kind of like your one side versus the other, so definitely make sure you're doing stuff for your side to get the points, but nothing really matters, as they say in the show.
She loves to play with those little balls. Okay, Team Sailor, you have 28 points, and Team Ahoy, you have 31 points. You pulled into the lead, but only just barely. Don't get too excited. We're not done yet. Now it's time for us to play a game called Guilty Pleasures. It's essentially the same thing as Shazam That Riff, except the songs are kind of shit. Let's start with this one.
But yeah, so we did that, and then I think after the Misbehaved show, I think we ended up wrapping up watching Wicked. Prepping for getting off the ship, you can select if you want to transfer, but that's if your flight leaves late enough to actually utilize the transfer. You would have to pay for it. But Virgin does have a pop-up on the app that you can use to go ahead and purchase your transfer back to the airport for the next day. You can also leave your bag out to have your cabin stewards take your bag so it can be off the ship, and then you just go get it when you get off the ship. I typically don't do that no matter what cruise line I'm on, because it's quicker for you to just already have your bag with you. I typically don't leave my bag out. I keep it with me. Plus, because it was such a short cruise and I have a small bag, I didn't need to do that. Me and my dad, we had already packed our bags, and the next morning we got breakfast in the galley. We ate outside at the back of the galley just so we could look at Miami one more time. It was a nice view. I feel like that's my spot. Like the back of the galley outside, like that's my spot. But yeah, so we ate there, and then we pretty much got off the ship and headed to the airport. I will say, try to call your Lyft or Uber before you get off the ship, or else you will be waiting there for like 20 minutes. That was a mistake I've learned from. I'm gonna call it next time. Our flight was leaving too early, and actually my dad was trying to catch an early flight, so we had to leave early and not use the transportation. We finally got our ride and got dropped off at the airport, and I mean, that's really the end, because everything else after is more personal to me. But I had to wait for my dad did catch his early flight, and I had to wait like another 2 hours, but then my flight got delayed, so I had to wait another 4 hours. But that's just weather. But yeah, so that was the cruise. Like I said, it was really quick, really short. It was like the pick-me-up I needed from my Virgin Voyages blues. But yeah, so that was the trip. It was my dad's first Virgin Voyages cruise. He enjoyed himself. He wants to go on another one. And then again, this was research or footage finding for my Capricorn birthday bash cruise in January. And then I'm going on another cruise with Virgin Voyages to Greece, and I've been wanting to go on their Greek island glow cruise forever. So when it finally opened up and it was in 2027, I was like, okay, I can make that work. So I immediately booked it. And I booked it because I bought placeholders on that First Mate Appreciation cruise. So whenever you're on Virgin Voyages, if you think you're going to want to go on another Virgin Voyages cruise in the next 2 years, go ahead and get a placeholder. At the time I'm recording this, it is $150 per cabin. So you can get up to 4. So that would be 4 cabins, whether that's you buy 1 for yourself and 3 for friends that you want to go with you on the cruise, or it could be 4 for yourself and you go on 4 different cruises. But again, they have to be booked and sailed within 2 years, so just keep that in mind. And with getting that placeholder cruise, you can get extra benefits. So, and it depends on how long the cruise that you choose to go on is. So it's $150, and if you chose to go on like a 4 or 5 night cruise, you would get $150 off of your total fare, as well as $150 in onboard credit. And then if you got a 6 or 7 night cruise, then you get $200 off of your total cruise fare, as well as $200 in onboard credit. The benefit essentially there is that you get a discount and you get onboard credit. So definitely take advantage of those placeholder offers. I didn't do it on my first cruise just because I wasn't prepared to spend another $150, but this time, because I knew what to expect, I got a placeholder for myself and my mom. So my placeholder went to that Greek cruise, and then the other placeholder went to another cruise, but that's another cruise that's just a me and mom cruise. If you are interested in going on one of those cruises, either the one in January, it's technically not too late, but by the time this comes out, you would have to pay in full if you decide to go on the January one. If you want to go on the Greek Island Glow cruise for May 2027, I have a link to that landing page down below, and you can fill out the interest form. So you're not booking anything, you're just letting me know if you would be interested, and then I'll send follow-up emails depending on how many people we get. That is it for this video. Next week I will be going through the Virgin Voyages app. I already have a Virgin Voyages app video up, but they have a new app now, so it looks a little different. So I'll be going through that and how choosing your restaurants work and your excursions and spa appointments and all of that. Be sure to look out for that. If you like this video, please leave a like down below and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this, and leave a comment. Are you excited to go on a Virgin Voyages cruise? Have you already been on one? Are you still on the fence? But let me know in the comments. Until next time, I will see you later, overthinkers.